What up, BAC Apprenti instructors? Tony Welch, Duluth, Minnesota. As promised, live. Tonight I've actually done a bunch of stuff with portfolio and stuff like that, website, all that crap. A lot going on in my brain hole. Trying to get it out there into the world where everyone can see it. Sent out a couple reminders to my buddy Ray McDermott. You got this, buddy. I sent a couple text messages to people just to annoy them, really, just to be like, dude, you gotta do this. So, trying to do my part, trying to keep you guys motivated. Came up with another little video for you. I did an on-screen, and I put that here or on PAC. I can't remember. I put it here, I think. Did the on-screen thing. That was cool. I liked it. You didn't like it? Tell me. Tell me on the website. Honestly, I haven't even checked the website today. I've been all over the map. But what I did want to do was I got a text message from a fellow IC peer today. Thanks for the text message, Vinny. I always like to hear from a guy. But I got a text message from Vinny, and he was like, yo, how much of this can we actually do? And I was like, that is a great question, and I'm going to answer that today with no lack of response time, right? So here I am. Before I get too much into this video already, there's something you guys need to know about the comprehensive exam, and you'll find it in the handout that Chuck gave us 2 years ago, and the handout he gave us this year. There is a sidebar that I was reading about here in my study guide. The comprehensive exam is subject to change, right? So there's a lot you can do in the comprehensive exam. And I'm not saying don't do anything, because that would just be ridiculous. I mean, the comprehensive exam is 28 total questions, and, a lot of them are full page questions, full essays, right? So you really got to start it at some point. But as we go over this, and as the IMI gets a little more into seeing what we're doing as a community of people, I suppose things might change a little bit. But don't fret, you'll have all the information. You just may have to change it around, or maybe change your answer for, I would imagine, maybe 2 or 3 questions. Out of 28 total questions, if you have to redo 3 of them, not a really bad thing, So I'll get right into it. I've got my study guide out here. Hold on. Sorry, guys, I worked all day, so I'm having a beer to smoke while I do this. I'm going to start out in the portfolio requirements, which we touched base on last night, right? I'm going to take them out of this binder so it's a little easier for the camera angles to see. And what I did was, this one was given to me in 2018. It's a hard copy that Chuck gave me in 2018. And I literally started drawing all over it. I mean, writing all over it, knowing I was going to get more of these, and they were going to be available via email, Dropbox, electronics, whatever. This wasn't going to be the only one you got. And just like anything else in the world, there's more copies that they can make. So write all over this thing. That's what I did. This is my the portfolio requirements, right? And you'll see it's all marked up. There's a bunch of check marks on there, which are good in my world. There's also notes. So there's notes about things that I want to improve on, or things that I didn't do yet, and things that I will get done, but things that just aren't ready to be done, potentially. So yeah, and then highlight certain things. I use highlighter on a couple things there. Today, though, we are going to be mainly talking about this tab, which is tab number 11, the comprehensive exam. Right, this tab right here, tab 11. See, so I've been writing on this piece of paper since 2018. or yeah, 2018, August of 2018. Just making notes, making sure everything's on the up and up, right? Now, directly behind, and I'll show you, directly behind my study guide, which is, oh wow, the angle's really weird to see from where I'm standing. Anyways, there's my study guide, and here's the tabs. Now here is the comprehensive exam, because I knew that the comprehensive exam was going to be a major paperwork part of this whole thing we're doing called ICP, right? So I knew I needed to have a plan, which was my, my tabs, my portfolio tabs. I needed to have that, and then I knew directly behind that I needed to have my comprehensive exam. Why? Well, the reason why is because everything within the tabs directly relates to the comprehensive exam. So that's why I organize my study guide that way. I'm not saying you should do your study guide that way. I don't care. And honestly, it all fell under Chuck Hodell's class, which was chronologically in the same order anyways, but it just made perfect sense that the portfolio requirements were followed directly by the comp exam, because the comprehensive exam is a lot of words. A lot. My comprehensive exam saved on my computer right now is like upwards of 10,000 words. So that's a lot of words. That's a lot of typing. That's a lot of information that you need to keep in order. So we're going to go through it. I counted it, and I'm not going to take every one of these out of here. Well, maybe I'll just do it, but give me a second. But I counted it, right? So overall, I'm not talking courses, I'm talking questions in the comprehensive exam. There is 28 total questions. And then I highlighted it. And I'll show you, because I've been keeping up on this year by year. Right here. 28 total questions, right? And today, Vinny texted me, and he was like, hey, how many of those questions can we actually answer? And what he really meant by that was, how many courses have we taken that we can answer questions on the comp exam? Which is a perfect question to ask at this stage. Because at this stage, there's 16 out of 28 questions that you can answer from courses we've taken, from notes you've taken, from network file sharing, from documents given to you by IMTEF. There is 16 questions that you can answer. Now, not all of them are full page answers. I'm not saying there's 16 full pages you need. I'm just saying 16 questions you can answer. To give you some perspective on how many words that equates to, I currently have about 10,000 words written, and there's 16 questions that we can answer, and I've only answered like 11, 12 of them. And some of them are like halfway done. Some of them I just quit typing on them and I got tired, and I just was like, all right, I'll visit this another day. Which is okay. I mean, it makes for a real scatterbrain approach to it, but that's how my brain works. So luckily I'm one of those people that can just kind of come back to something and pick up where I left off after reading it a couple times. And having a really good study guide really helps with that whole thing too. So anyways, to answer your question, Vinny, there's 16 that you can do now. There's 28 total on the comp exam. In my opinion, let's say you did one a month, right? You did one comp exam question a month. That'd give you 12 months from right now till we go back into year 4. You would have 12 done out of 28. Is that enough? That's for you to determine. I personally don't know. I don't like being put in that crunch situation. So I don't know if doing one question a month, as far as the comprehensive exam goes, is going to be enough to get it done. In 2 years, that would only be 24 questions, so you'd be 4 questions short. So you really got to start thinking like right now, I got to do 2, maybe 3 questions a month just to get the comp exam done. And and right now there's only 16 out of 28 you can do. So like, so when it comes into year 4, there's still going to be another 12 you got to do, and you only have 1 year to get those 12 done, so that you don't even have one a month to deal with anymore. You know what I'm saying? You start doing the math on this stuff, and it just doesn't add up. And then you start thinking about all the other portfolio requirements. Like in year 4, you're probably going to do your video. Yeah, that's going to take a lot of your time for your ICP stuff. If you can't dedicate a little bit of time now to do some comp exam questions, it's going to be really hard to dedicate that time later to do comp exam questions, because your video is probably going to eat up a lot of your time. Maybe it takes you a whole entire month to do your video. My classes are only held twice a month for 7 hours a session, so 6 hours a session. So it's going to be really hard for me to get my video done and not ask guys to like volunteer time and stuff like that. So I've got to do it in class time. I've still got to get training in there. I've still got to work it into my whole schedule. So like the comp exam, I really don't want that hanging over my head. So you got to knock these out now. That's the way I look at it. I'm a numbers person. I'm a mind person. Sure, I mean, I could really sit down in a weekend and crunch, read everything over again, put it all together, and hope for the best. But I mean, for a good finished product, you're gonna want to give yourself some time on this comp exam. It's not super hard, but some of it is pretty hard to interpret if you've never written a formal essay, or even if you have written a formal essay and it's been several years since you've written that essay. You might have a hard time, you know what I'm saying? So get on the comp exam, get on it now. Notes are shared. Comp exam is pre-typed out by Serena for everyone in this group. It's pretty much all there, man. So get to work. One other thing I wanted to add to that, if that wasn't enough, what's up, John? Nice to see you. If that wasn't enough information for you to take in, and however long this video has been going on, 6-7 minutes, make the easy stuff easier. And what I mean by that is, the easy stuff is easy. So taking pictures of your classroom, getting your photo cover done, all that stuff is super easy. You just literally have to take your phone with you into your classroom, into your shop area, into your storage area, take the pictures, send them off to Walgreens, have them print them out on 3x6, get some 3x6 binder inserts, and away you go. So just so you guys know, everyone thinks I'm Mr. Prepared and I'm way ahead of the curve. This is my ICP portfolio that I will turn in. This is the exact folder I'm going to turn in. You'll notice there's nothing in there, right? It's a revolving door of information, and a lot of it has to be revised. I have to have my wife proofread it. I need to check the font, spelling, things like that. So all that stuff takes time. And then to actually print it out and put it into here and organize it. So I have my tabs organized, which I thought was a really cool, jumping off point. After year 1, I pretty much had that done. And I have my resume in here, but my resume is already changed, so that needs updating. The piece of paper I actually have in here is going to come out and then go in the garbage, and the new one will get printed out and put in there. So your portfolio, you can buy it, but for a long time it'll probably look like this. Not because you're lazy, not because you're not getting anything done, but because this stuff takes a lot of time, and for it to get, in my opinion, for it to get vetted to go into this portfolio, it takes a lot of work. It's not just something you can just print off and be like, all right, I'm done with it. So I have several comp exam questions done that I feel really good about, and I've had them proofread, but I'm just not ready to print them off and put them in there. What if I want to change the font style of the whole thing? What if I want it to be pretty and pink? You know, shit changes. So you might have the portfolio, but it's going to look like this. The real portfolio work is done, in my case, on a computer, but a lot of it can be done longhand in your study guide. Your study guide can really put your portfolio together for you. You just got to know how to work through it. So that's what I'm here for. You guys know me. You know my number. Telephone number is 218-341-3903. Yes, I just put that on Facebook Live, and I don't care. My email is awelchtile, as in Anthony Welch, tile, T-I-L-E, @gmail.com. You guys email me, you call me, text me, shoot me a message, shoot me a reminder message. Tell me to work on my comp exam. Tell me to get up 30 minutes early and just break out your study guide and put some notes in it. So it's as simple as that, guys and gals. Jackie, nice seeing you. So good luck. That's all I got for tonight. The website's been updated already. YouTube videos have been posted. My YouTube channel is also available. I don't know what my YouTube channel is really called. I think it's called A Welch Tile. I'm not real sure, actually. It's just a bunch of random videos. So anything else, you guys know how to get a hold of me. Get the work done. We'll see ya later.